Actually, I'm really distracted by the speeches tonight because on one hand, I want to talk about how sleep is important for solving psychological problems. You know, if I have a problem during the day and I can't understand what's going on or why, I go to sleep and I have a dream that shows me exactly what it is. And it makes these strange connections, and when I explain the dream to someone else, all these connections come up, and maybe a problem I've been dealing with for years is just solved in one night. It's amazing. So sleep is an amazing thing. Don't neglect it. On the other hand, I feel like talking about why something like that would be so appealing. You know, the woman, what is it? The woman that doesn't use the bathroom, and you know, the description and the it really looks like the person who is going for these fantasies has never actually been with a real woman. But that's another topic altogether. But to stay with my speech, he said, she said, I really love to study the male brain and the female brain and the hermaphrodite brain. So, who here thinks they have a male brain? Raise your hand.
God knows.
There are some women raising their hands, there are some men undecided. Thank you, that's exactly the point, because it doesn't mean it's not about gender necessarily, the way we think. Who thinks they have a female brain? Primarily female brain.
My girlfriend says so. That I talk like.
Who thinks they have a hermaphrodite brain?
What's it?
Hermaphrodite means you have both. Oh, wow, a lot of hands come up. Actually, I raised my hand too. So, the male brain is the one that comes home and says, honey, I'm home. Here's the chicken to make for dinner. And then sits down in front of the TV, starts watching. And the woman, hi, how was your day? Where did you buy the chicken? It looks so good. Do you want to know what I did today? She doesn't wait for an answer, she just starts. You know, I went to the mall and then I ran into my cousin, and you know, she's getting married and they're planning this wedding in this amazing place. It was actually my dream place, but anyway, so I talked to her and I invited her over for dinner on Saturday night, because on Saturday night we're also having the Parkinsons over for dinner. And honey, did you remember to pick up the suits for the basketball practice for the kids? And she still doesn't realize that he's not there. And then she goes on and on and on, and then suddenly she's like, why aren't you listening to me? Why aren't you paying any attention? Huh? Is that something? The male brain has come home, if you look at it from evolutionary psychology, has come home, done his job, which was to provide the chicken. It's on the table, and he went and checked into the nothing box. His job is done for the day. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to talk about. The female brain is giving the Meadow report. Have you ever heard about the Meadow report? In evolutionary psychology, the women had to pick berries and fruits, and the men had to hunt. So the women have to define how they got the berries, where they got it from, so that the other women, when they go and pick the fruits and the berries, would know the path and the dangers and what's along the way. And so they give these long explanations that don't have any specific point to them. They are just explanations, and they are the way of connecting and of transferring information. Whereas for the man, it's like, this is it, it's done, you know? And the other interesting aspect of the male and the female brain is the woman really cares about how it was done. She cares about all the tiny little details of what went into the day and what went into, so she says, so she thinks, okay, Maybe I'm talking too much about myself. Let me ask you about your day. How did it go? Went well. You know, like, what did you talk about? What did you do? No, there's nothing really to talk about. You know, it just went well. So, there's the process orientation, there's the meta report, there's the hunter's behavior, and in my line of work, I've discovered something else that's very interesting. It's the difference between the male and the female breakthrough. Do you know what a breakthrough is? What is it?
Basically, you're, suppose you're in a bottleneck and you're breaking away from that bottleneck.
Yeah, it's like a psychological...
Or there's a vicious cycle, you're breaking that cycle.
Exactly. Exactly, and it's like, boom, I understand what's going on, I understand what I need to do, and it's a great moment. I love it. I live for breakthroughs. But I understood there's a difference in the male and the female breakthrough. When a woman has a breakthrough, it comes with a lot of words. Oh, now I understand why my father did this, and I understand how it's been affecting my relationships for my whole life, and I'm so excited, and generally she starts crying, and it's a very emotional moment. You know what a breakthrough is like for a man? Yep. Yep, that's right. But did you really understand? Do you understand what this means? Do you understand art? Did you really change? You know, you think he's running away. He's not running away. He got it. Yep. That's simple. Okay. So as a coach, I have to accept that the yep, it's good. It's enough, you know? Don't push it. He got it. And in relationships, we can be right or we can be loved. So instead of men trying to act like women are confused and disoriented and crazy men, or women acting like men are hairy and misbehaving women, just getting really curious about why they're behaving this way and how we can understand them better and how we can connect with them better is a much better way to go. Because when we assume, we make an ass out of you and me.